the effects and the idea and the way to the way. So this is my interpretation of all of it. A decade, more than that, really, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything.
Hey guys.
Time is no barometer of apprehension or intelligence, amalgamation, putting the connections together and recommunicating in a way that other people can understand. So, yeah. Let me leave you, folks. Appreciate y'all being here. If you didn't show up here, it would be officially mental illness and insanity because I'd be yelling at a screen or talking very softly at this point. This is my very softly. So it's right there because I'm yelling at the screen or talking very softly at this point. This is my very softly. As good as it gets. It's a joy to have you folks here. Many blessings nowadays. Part of my life, I guess I'm facilitating and creating, and it's returning to me. So that is a joyous occasion to be part of. Very humbling. Reignites the humility and faith. Be me in what I do, and have faith that we'll be where we need to be when we need to be there, surrounded by the people who need to be there, even if that means in hell, I guess. A hell of our own making, it would seem.
Soft Rock, Cleveland.
That's the royal hour. I don't see myself
Good to see you, buddy.
Nowadays involved in co-creating a living hell. Not as much.
What's up, Jackie?
As the majority of folks around me, but that's okay.
What's up, Michelle?
It's not a competition. And in a way, I guess, in a worldly way, it's better for me, right?
What's up, Tribe?
I get to be special, like Talcon everyone wants. I get to reap all the blessings and benefits of being perceived as valuable and a leader by the community. I get to sacrifice my body if necessary for what's true and what's right.
What's up, Cleveland Steve?
Property, at least for a time. So that's right. Okay. So yeah, if you get all that, with great power comes great responsibility, right? So yeah, it's important to be tempered, okay, with this understanding and this power and the way that you use it and how you present it. Because if not, you come off a little bit pretentious and disingenuous. Okay? If you know more, you might have to do more.
What's the threes?
That's the part that everybody wants to forget. The more you know, the more you may have to do. So I may have to show up here for myself and everyone else on some level. I don't look at it as a
watermelon Skittles.
Event.
Optics are high. Working all night trying to stay awake. Oh yeah, Jackie.
I show up here for myself and everyone else daily as a part of my practice to continue radical
me and Jackie all night long.
Accountability and responsibility, and also to entertain myself and others. Because sure, why shouldn't we have a little bit of fun?
Watermelon Skittles.
Can't all be serious all the time. At some point, you're going to be dead in the ground. Move on to another experience.
Cool. Got you muted because you're behind Paul. Okay.
Where you can push past your fear, constantly work on yourself, and become something better, and leave this place better than how we found it. So, yeah, I keep saying I'm going to leave. I just can't let you folks go. It's my testament. It's a testament to my unwavering service, and dedication, and loving care for myself, not only at this point, but for the human condition, I guess you could say. So, with that, I will leave you. Peace and blessings. Get some rest. Rejoice, as the witness is saying. And I shall return tomorrow, barring some act of God or the state, which are becoming more and more each day, seemingly one and the same, according to a slave. So, yeah, I'm out. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Much love.
Yeah. So Paul just ended his thing. What's up, everybody? I'll just give Paul a second there to finish up. 1 a.m. here. This is Jackie Fox 33. Yes, Jackie Fox. In the late night with you and Bryan O'Shea. Me and Jackie all night long. Now, come on. Jackie's in a nice relationship. She set her boundaries with me. So we're not going to be making love all night long. She's at work. We're just gonna be hanging out, smoking weed and shit. Like that. Late at night, all night long, just smoking weed. All right, guys. See, here's the thing. My stream earlier today was just straight business. All right, and I can't get too loud either because I'm at my cousin's place. It's later at night. They're gonna be telling me to shut the fuck up. So I gotta get in the mood. I gotta get my smooth. Okay, she's on the phone or something. Man. It's St. Patrick's Day too, so it might be a little bit of a wiggle room. I'm about to get my smooth Friday night voice on. But Calvin, yeah, Calvin. I said diving earlier. You said divining. Yeah, the divining rod. I was trying to say to find water. Yeah, earlier stream was weird, man. It was weird, my demeanor. If anyone wants to check it out that didn't see it, like, I don't know, man. I thought it was decent. It's just weird how my presentation can switch up sometimes. So, yeah, I liked it, but tonight I want to switch it up from that a little bit. I'm rolling up and twisting up a doobie. You know, it's late at night, long day for everybody. We don't have to be on the metaverse all day, but I just kind of wanted to fire this up, have a little winding down session. We could bring people up, whatever you guys want to do, like dowsing rod, yeah, something like that. Or divining is something you kind of do with sticks, or maybe you have two rods and you kind of look for energies or some shit. I don't know. But snafu snaps the trees. Yeah, I'm just twisting it up. Got my little thing I'm twisting right here. Just breaking up some bud. But yeah, happy St. Patty's. We got over here we got the cabbage, we got the carrots and potatoes. We didn't do the corned beef though. My cousin would have. She's vegan and she would have ate corned beef because she does vegan because she got cancer. And she's like, I don't give a fuck. If I thought meat cured cancer, I eat that shit. So I don't do vegan because for any like weird reasons. I do it because I'm trying to beat cancer. I don't give a fuck about eating meat or not. So that's an interesting philosophy because most vegans are kind of like Adley and Jeffrey. But we don't have to bring them up though. It's Friday night. We don't have to. Should I invite her over? No, I'm just playing. Just playing. Come on, guys. Doobie, David Wolf, cabbage and corned beef. Corned beef, he here. Corned beef here. Rhythm of time. Yeah, rhythm of time. I should maybe that Bobby Sands thing. I made a note of it. The IRA. See, I didn't even think that earlier. You're talking about the Irish Republican Army. So that's something I should really be interested in. That's cool. If I had a better setup, I'd maybe play it. Try to do it. We could go over it, or if you want to put quotes from it in chat or something, highlight some things or bring it up. What's the good stuff in it? Kind of what it's about. That's something that interests me. That Bobby Sands. Call her live. Fuck him. Yeah, Rob Cleveland, you're right. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I was gonna tell you guys something, but yeah, it's all right, man. It's all right. It's all good. Why do I sound like I'm black? I know I do that. It's because I noticed it with my sister. When she was in high school, she talked like Mexican. She was hanging around Mexican gangbangers. I don't know. I think it's from like kind of some of the street shit, maybe all the rap shit. Sometimes when I get in black neighborhoods, that's where I prefer to hang out a lot, was ghettos. Maybe I picked up a little Ebonic speak there. I used to be in a gang, but that was like when I was like 18 to 21, kind of. So like I don't know. Maybe all the rap and hip hop shit. But see, it's earlier. Like I'm weird. I have multiple personalities or something. Because earlier today, I was kind of more matter of fact, doing like just speaking more like spiritually, philosophically. I don't think there was too much Ebonics in there. Sometimes I will burp, like if I start getting excited or I start getting like fucking like real passionate, like it might come out a little bit, even though I'm doing something spiritual and philosophical. But if I'm just low key centered, so that's probably what I should watch. As long as I'm centered and at peace and everything, it really doesn't matter how I speak so much like that, because it might be an insecurity thing when I start doing the Ebonic mode. So I don't know. It's something to look at. It's Friday night. I noticed it myself in my voice right now. Not quite sure where it comes from, but looking to Sixasticum. Read it and meditate on it. What is this Sixasticum? I read it on Yurt's last live not long ago. Rob, will you be my Ebonics translator? You guys are relentless, but it's good to have you guys in the mirror. We got 14 people here. That's a decent little number. I don't know if I can keep the numbers because this is just me twisting up a doobie, a little Friday night wrap up session. We could bring people up if you guys want to. If you guys want to come up on panel, just let me know. It's just sometimes with this laptop, without it being so high powered, when we get people up there, sometimes things get laggy. And I was able to do 2 hours by myself this morning, but that was a different mode, a different energy this morning. This is kind of more like a chill wrap up session, kind of just like chill vibes, like end of the evening. We could even, because I was thinking, since I was so like on point and quote unquote serious this morning, I was thinking we could switch it up tonight and we could do things that I really wasn't trying to do this morning. Like we could have girls come up and dudes come up. We could get flirty. We could do things. We could have relationship talk. We could do all that type of stuff. We could get funny. We could be a little more laid back, I think. And I don't know how long I'm going to go. This is just a little something after Paul's stream. Not to try to keep you guys on the metaverse all day, but just like something chill. Just like chill. Like I envision like we're on a property. We had a long day. We worked. We're just having a little evening snack, a little evening smoke, and we're all just kind of gathered around a fire, just kind of chilling, just winding down, getting ready for bed. So that's the kind of vibe I'm kind of bringing to this live stream right now. Just kind of like sitting around a fire, a piece of property, just kind of passing the doobie around, and just kind of chill, just kind of chill, looking at the stars and shit. Do you ever notice how your level of wordplay and vernacular is elevated when you don't speak with the Ebonics twang? Oh, okay, that's something to look at. That's something to look at. Can we talk about bricks and Freemasonry? You seem to have some secret knowledge. Yeah, we could get in that tribe a little bit. I could get you into why I've been so passionate about that and why I am passionate about it. I love myself. I mean you. I mean doing good. I just had to stay true. Yeah. Well, this Bryan O'Shea. Yeah, you trying to come at me? You trying to imitate how I talk? I guess that's cool. If I sound like a retard and I kind of mumble like that, then point it out. I guess. The first cornerstone of the Freemasons was laid by George Washington in 1770. Yeah, you know what I mean, according to whatever history. But Freemasonry, see that word Freemasonry. See, if my theory is correct, man, and that there's way more bricks. If all mountains were like bricked up like these red bricks, then Freemasonry would be more of an ancient thing to me. Like this brick thing is something we just don't understand. It's a paradox. It's a weird. There's some things you just don't understand. Like looking at the moon. When you look at the moon and see those craters in it, and if you sort of have an understanding that like most likely there's a firmament, or most likely you can't even go to the moon, or those luminaries are just something different, and the moon is different than the other luminaries, to where you could see like where it looks kind of like, but you never see the other side of it. And it does have an image. It does look like it, like with those crater marks and shit. There's something weird about the moon like that. So that's a mystery, right? So my point is that like we have all these mysteries. So why? And then so we have a lot of mysteries, and the bricks would just be another mystery. It's like looking at Saturn and Mars and not really understanding what it is, how far it is. Like, are we going to accept that it's 93 millions of miles away, and we're moving at millions of miles an hour, and the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour? Like people with the globe mentality. Like, so there's a mystery. So we don't feel like that's happening, but what is happening is that we say the Earth's flat, but like I don't say it's flat, but I don't say it's like the way they're saying it is. So there's a mystery there, right? So there's lots of mystery in the world. So it's just one of the mysteries. Funny and flirty with your host, Bryan O'Shea. Let's see what people are saying here. Funny and flirty. Greetings, Bryan. In this country, that is. Greetings and all, Bryan. Hey, Damsel Medic, what up, girl? I guess I'll drop the link in maybe. But man, I just don't want the quality of the video to start getting crazy. But I do want to bring one person up, maybe. I don't know. We could take turns, one-on-one, with Bryan O'Shea. Bring a lady up for a one-on-one session, and then we'll switch it up. All right, hold up. Let me look at this chat. Funny and flirty with your whole, yeah. I'm off to bed. Says Rhythm of Time. All right, Rhythm. Thanks for being there this morning. I know it's been a long day. I took a nap after my live stream this morning, so that's probably why I have a little bit more energy right now. I went to sleep for a little bit. My thoughts on Jack being an agent. Says Bryan O'Shea. It's weird that there's someone that Bryan O'Shea is in my chat. Who are you, motherfucker? I want Bryan O'Shea to come up here. If I drop the link, Bryan O'Shea, would you come up here? Who are you? I want to talk to you, dude. Let's see that Skittles again. Good trees. What it testing at? Yeah, it's vicious, bro. It's good shit. It's high quality. I was on the farm where it came from, so it's high quality, bro. It's good shit. It's the best shit you could get. The moon is see-through. Yeah, David Wolf, especially the new moons. And the new moon walks hand in hand with the sun all day on the new moon. And I don't know what cycle it's in. I'll look it up in a little bit, but you can get the apps that kind of monitor the constellations. And in the luminaries, if you get that app, you'll see the sun and the moon touching, holding hands. I look at it like they're holding hands throughout the whole day. So it's like the sun during the new moon, they go across the whole sky together all day. They rise and set together. They hold hands. They're touching during the new moon, the day of the new moon. So to me, that almost looks like the new moon, and the moon and the new moon is completely see-through. It's basically invisible. But the fact that it's touching the sun for that one day almost is like the sun is energizing it. And then it takes that energy and builds up until it becomes a full moon. And then it releases all the energy and becomes a new moon. Then it touches the sun again. So it's almost like that touching of the sun and that new moon. It's almost like the sun is filling it up, charging it up with energy. It's almost like a charging, like a portable battery almost, it looks like. And then it goes, I don't know, bro. It's just weird. The moon and the luminaries are weird. Reflections are see-through. The moon is a reflection of the flat earth. Yeah, I saw that one, Rhythm of Time. I saw that. That's what's the word? That's compelling. It's fascinating. It's interesting. But I don't know what much to say beyond that. The moon is a reflection of okay, yeah, I just read that. All right. Late night shea butter. That's right, Pioneer. Good night, all. I noticed later that the bit was a mystery, as in, what was the bit? I figured it out. I think you got lost in it, which is why others got lost. I just realized who the real you is. Oh, cool. Now come up and talk about it, Bryan O'Shea. You're a good dude. Reflections of what? They're saying it's reflecting the earth, or it's showing us like an X-ray vision. It's some sort of reflection of an X-ray map of the earth or something. So they're showing us, they're trying to tell us that the earth is way bigger than it is, something like that. The moon off the dome. You'll find out as soon as I can change my name. I promise I'll tell you. All right. The dude Sean of Source is shit talking you on a stream right now. Who's Sean of Source? You Pioneer? I thought you were Sean of Source. What's he saying about me? Should I go over there? Can I go over there? How do I do that? I can go over there, right? I should try that. Sean of Source? Can someone drop the link? Sean of Source? I'm going to try to go over there on a shitty laptop. I don't know if it's going to work. Sean of Source. What's he saying about me? How you spell Sean? S-H-U-N. Saying. I spelled that wrong. What do you say about me, Pioneer? I'm over there right now. Not with that shitty laptop, well, we could try. Let's see what happens. Oh, he got me up here. Wait, what? Oh, they're restreaming me? Ah, they got me. These fucking dumb fucks. They're streaming me right now. And it's all choppy. The quality might be a little better now. I know numbers dropping, but that motherfucker's restreaming me. And I try to just go on his shit. Damn, I'm gonna try to go over there. I gotta see what the fuck. What are they? Hold up. Let me play this shit. What the fuck are they saying about it? These motherfuckers. Wait, this is you, Pineal, right? Am I tripping? Is Sean? Is Pine fuck with me? He's a Pine Sean of sorts. Oh, you pussy, Pineal. That's you. Making my numbers drop. Yeah, I know. The skinny little Pineal. Shitty laptop or shitty laptop. You motherfucker. I thought Sean Source was some other motherfucker. You skinny Pineal power motherfucker. Yeah, you just pimped and macked on me. All right, guys, I'm out of steam a little bit. I got to drop the link. I'm just rolling up a doobie. We're doing the fireside chats. We'll bring one person up at a time. I had too many people up here. Bring who's really wants to come up. Start putting in chat, or just come up, obviously. But like, who really wants to come up? Start putting in chat. I really want who link David Wolf. That's what. Oh, David, you want? Yeah, David. I don't know if I ever talked to you. Why don't you come up? I don't know if I ever met you, especially if I never met you. You should come up. Rob Cleveland wants to come up. That's cool. Rob's always welcome. David Wolf, I definitely want to come up. Him to come up. Cause I don't know if I ever met him or if he's ever been on Paul's shit. Definitely, if you're here and I don't know you, or if you're a woman, because it's Friday night and we could get a little flirty. We could get a little. You know what I mean? We get a little lovey-dovey. Shit, Rob Cleveland comes up. We gonna. Oh, I didn't drop the link. Did I drop the link? Oh, I dropped the link. Rob wants to come up. Yeah, anyone could come up. We'll take them one at a time, like 1 or 2. We'll do 1 or 2. And if we want to switch it up, see, there's a little motivation to maybe get that new laptop. I keep talking about it. I know Rob's sick of me talking. I don't want to talk about it no more. I know Rob's sick of it. I know Rob's sick of it. But whatever. Dimensional legend. Go fishing and catch a bass and bring a case of Budweiser. I'll go after Wolfie. Well, Wolfie said drop the link. He seemed like he don't want to come up. This guy, Dimensional Legend. Come on up here, Dimensional Legend. The link's right there. I never heard of you, Dimensional. I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about going fishing. Yeah, I hear you. No, that's actually cool. Case of Budweiser used to be my thing. The moon rolls like a coin as it moves across the sky. 1/4 turn. Yeah, that's weird, right? Let's see if there's any comments I missed earlier. Don't look like it. Oh, we had the Michelle Moretti, everything. Get up here, you ladies. Get up here and just show me some love. Laugh my ass off. That $1,000 laptop is funny every time you go fishing. You motherfuckers. Huh? Oh, shit. Numbers dropping. God damn it, guys. Well, I guess I can't really be worried about numbers on this one because this is just kind of like, it's good numbers are dropping. That means people ain't being up in the metaverse. This is just laid back. I'm twisting up this doobie. You know what I mean? I had a good stream earlier, so maybe I'm like over pushing it a little bit. Maybe I didn't need a stream right now. And see, my Ebonics is coming out. What the fuck? Ebonics is bad for numbers. The Ebonics is making the numbers drop. And I was looking down a lot in that stream. I said, I got to look at you guys in your eyes. Look at that fucking camera. God damn it. I don't know where to look. If I look up, I'm in my head. I'm looking down. I'm all set. I gotta look straight ahead. God damn it. Get up here, Rob. Someone get up here for fuck's sake. My brain, it's been a long day. I need a little help keeping the energy high. Get a little back and forth going. And Rob's always got to put up with my different moods. Sometimes Rob comes up here and I'm all moody and shit and in my feelings. And Rob's got to deal with that. Here he is. Rob Cleveland. The man, the myth, the legend.
Yo, can you hear me?
How dare you, Rob?
Am I coming in hot?
Nah, you're good, bro. You're good. We got Damsel here, too. So this is a good number right now, guys. If anyone wants to hang out back and let me know they want to come up, that's cool, but it's pretty good for streaming purposes. Otherwise, we'll get a little funky without the 1,000 laptop.
Yeah,
right,
I'll keep my camera off.
Okay. Damsel, what's up, sweetheart?
Not much. Just watched that whole show today with Paul and what's his name's channel. I can't remember the name of it.
Your In a Thought Experiment?
Yeah, that was brilliant broadcasting in my opinion.
I missed it because I did mine this morning, then I took a nap. And I was kind of in it out watching a little bit. But what were the highlights of it?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't much happening on Paul's channel other than the usual loop-de-loop. So, though Paul gave him complete charge of the panel, like he did say, he took over like he did with Aunt Ian's, idea.
Oh, that shit was so funny.
And it was funny. It was just another look into the depths of that being.
Talcott?
Yeah, it just, yeah.
So he was like the center of attention the whole show?
He was in charge, just like it was over at Ian's the other night. Last night.
Oh, you're kind of put Talcott in charge?
No,
Paul did.
Paul let him be in charge, and then Paul was his wingman, helping him kick people off and everything. It was crazy. So, but it was interesting. It turned interesting because of that. So, and then he goes over to Yurts after he leaves. So after he blows up at the end, of course, he gets mad or decides he's tired or whatever it was. So it gets so long. I forget what happens at the end, but I think he got tired on Paul's, and then he went over to Ian.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was sort of playing the Moose character of just interrupting every time Jack started talking, just talking over him. Just any chance he was talking,
Yeah, everybody kissed up to Jack. The whole panel caught on to, well, pretty much.
I didn't.
Except for Wizard and you. But you guys were playing those devil advocates for him. He needed to keep that. You got to keep that pressure on him. Just a touch.
Yeah, it was perfect because if everybody was nice, he would have caught on. But since Rob and Wizard weren't, and then everyone else was catching on that
he wouldn't have caught on.
It was so blatant again, though, man. It was just like the racism conversation that went down. The joke on that, he couldn't see it, but then he would see it for a second. It was really weird today because I agree with Paul. I caught it a couple times that there was something that it was like he picked up on that he might be being played, and then it went back to back into the regular Jack. It was really quick. But I don't know. I kind of wondered too.
So everyone just kept complimenting him and saying he says real good stuff.
Apologizing and telling him he knew everything, and they were wrong about everything that they had thought about him. They were all, now going to obey Jack. It was crazy. It was nuts. I was working around the place here, getting the dogs done, and just listening to this, and it was just nuts. Some people were getting literally sick over having people apologize and accept.
I was getting physically ill.
And people were getting physically ill over it. It was crazy. And I felt a little twinge of that too. I was like, oh, do I want to go up there and do this? I was like, no, I can't. I cannot do it. No, I've been real steady on claiming what I think Jack is since the very beginning. Months ago, I said he was a narcissist. The first or second night he was up, I put in the chat multiple times. This guy's a narcissist guy. You guys are dealing with something. This guy's not what you think he is.
There's something about those eyebrows I've read about when it comes to narcissism. Now, Snafu's back there. Let me just say something real quick.
With them, so
you can swap me out with him.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I'll bring them up. Just we'll see how to because sometimes Snafu when I have 4 up here with this cheap laptop, we'll just see. We'll bring Snafu up. What up, Snaps?
What's going on, guys?
Let's
As
see,
Rob
man.
said, the optics were very
Hey,
high
Sam.
today.
Yeah, I also played the Snafu character a little bit too. I came up there saying, "What's going on with all you camp
You did?
cupcake pogo fucks?"
Rob,
You called him a
Rob was on
cupcake.
it, man.
Pogo. It was awesome.
Hey,
It
I
was
do want
awesome,
I
man.
want to ask O'Shea and Medic a question. How's the hiking trip plan going? Are you guys I was just kind of I'm just curious how the shed, is it getting a little heated soon, or is the hiking and O'Shea, you got 2 of them, or just you and Medic, or I'm just curious, my brother. I got your back.
Yeah,
Funny.
so Medic,
How's the
I'm thinking
hiking
about
trip
hitting.
going?
I'm thinking about hitting the road here soon, Medic. So I might have to make a pit stop in Texas and help you
Oh,
out with them
okay.
dogs a little bit for a day or two, and snuggle up in that shed with you a little bit. We'll each sleep on one side of the bed. We don't have to touch really. We'll just sleep in the same bed though. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. All right. With the dogs that are here in the beds right now.
Yeah, they can watch us make love.
Sure.
I mean, like, yeah, sure. Damn. See that Snap?
Sure.
She said, sure.
Do you think your dogs would move for O'Shea, or do you think they would take to him quickly? They say dogs are a good character of judge, and I mean, you said you had
Yeah.
to get to know O'Shea, and I see you guys are
Yeah.
bonding and hanging out, and that's a good thing. Damsel, just curious.
Yeah, the dogs are obedient. That's all I'll have to say about that. But
Do you hear
No,
that,
I-
O'Shea? They won't bite you, probably, bro. Maybe
you
there's
gotta
like a
remember,
50-50.
this is only our second talk. We haven't made even contact to make plans for anything. So a little early in the game.
Okay, so maybe a 75% you'll get bit by the dogs. Then it changed it up. Sorry, O'Shea.
Well, it depends on the dogs. The ones that are scary, or he has to walk by them. He has to walk the gauntlet of the dogs. Yeah, that's funny. So
Yeah.
if you can pass
Dogs
their
usually-
muster, there's one that loves nobody, won't ever be friends with anybody. So
The hellhounds are on your ass, O'Shea.
yeah, I've got protection, and I don't worry about anybody coming here unannounced. If I'm worried, I'll let one of them loose. So
I don't
Plus
use
she's packing.
protection. I don't use protection though, Damsel. Is that right?
always. You do seem in a better mood though tonight.
I know I'm a moody motherfucker. You catch me, ask Rob Cleveland. Catch me on
Are
different
ya?
days, different moments. I mean, I'm not moody. Just don't know, man. Sometimes I'm just in my feelings.
When he's off the weed, that's when he's unhinged.
Oh, okay.
You might have to go back to some streams months ago. I was dead sober for like a month or two. I was a raging maniac, bro.
You were pretty crazy in those early ones. I do remember some of it. Yeah, you were.
Off the
Yeah.
weed, I was like so intense. I was just like,
Yeah, you couldn't relax. You couldn't relax. Yeah.
Yeah, he was off the weed and he was retaining.
and retaining semen.
I remember all that. Yeah, the
I was
retaining talk.
Whatever that means.
That was a while back.
Yeah, you guys are cool. I'm gonna step outside. It might be a little dark. I'm gonna try to go smoke this doobie. So it's just a late night chill session. I'm cuddled up. See, here's the mood. I'm cuddled up in that bed with Damsel. We're just streaming from her bedroom. That's the kind of atmosphere I'm trying to give. Is that all right? Is that all right with you, Damsel? I can live stream from your bed with you.
Metaversally doing it is fine because there's plenty of separation. So
Yeah, we'll start off metaversally, but you know how it goes with me.
Hell no.
The metaversal turns into reality when you deal with Bryan O'Shea. You know what I mean?
But I know you keep telling me that you get that prophetic thing going on, but I've got my own. So
Yeah, but you know what? It's good we do this over the metaverse because we saw what happened last time. We took it
it's a
out
good way
of the
to
metaverse.
meet. Yeah, it's a good way to meet.
They say monsters are not simply born, they're created. Yet the world always chooses to deny this truth until they have no other choice but to look in horror as their creation shows them what a true monster is capable of. And a monster always has consequences. Creating one.
Oh, Tribe's
Where'd
here.
you read that from?
Tribe.
I've known
Let me
that
say something real
quote for
quick.
years, dude. We all create our own monsters. I've known that for years, but and also all types. We witnessed it today as the optics were high. You had to go full me and full Moose. Rob was, yeah. The optics were high today.
Yeah, it was good. It was, yeah. That's going to be a repeat show. People are going to watch that. That's going to spread. I have no doubt.
Oh, Timmy's calling me
Oh,
out from my Simpsons.
Tribe's coming over to the tin shed.
Yeah, Tribe's here. Welcome, Tribe.
Hey, Tribe.
Thank you for
She
being here.
shed.
Greetings, everyone. Yeah,
It's
I
a
was
literal
just.
she shed.
Yep,
I
it
just
is.
came. I just came from Paul's.
Self-decorated. Yeah.
Little lag.
I
Tribe, go ahead.
I came from Paul's stream, and you kind of were overlapping towards the end there, so I figured I'd just come in and say hey. I just kind of got in a little late, so I figured see what's going on here with you, and I'd like to talk at some point about the melted bricks thing, but I don't want to interrupt this conversation here, so I'll just continue listening right now.
Yeah, you're
And
good,
yield.
but I do want to talk to you about something, Tribe, and we could get into the melted bricks, but I got this traffic ticket, and I know I should be doing my research, and I know I'm letting it slip because it's already the 17th, and I got like this court date set up. I think it's in where is it at? Sacramento. I don't know where the fuck it
Who
is.
set up the court date? Wait. Slow down. Who set up the court date?
Well, they gave me a ticket for expired
What
tags.
did you
right?
sign? Did you sign it?
Did you sign it, O'Shea, and take it?
I don't know if I signed it or not. I'd have to find it.
Come
Well,
on,
they
man.
handed
Did you have a
it-
I
pen?
think
What
they were
color was the
threatening to
pen?
arrest
Blue
me.
or black?
I didn't.
You didn't
I
sign
may
it.
have signed it.
You didn't sign it, did
I
you?
may have. I may have.
If you signed it,
because
signed
that
it,
time I
bro.
didn't really like stand up for myself.
Well,
It was kind of,
if you had
I do
done
have
it
it on
3 days
film,
before, yeah, if you had send it back 3 days, within 3 days, you could have probably done something. But
You know what?
yeah.
If you signed it, then go. Was it calibrated? Was the radar calibrated? Since you signed that shit.
No, it wasn't a speeding ticket.
Slow
They
down.
fucking-
Man, Snafu, are you older than me? You seem to have a good view of the past the way I used to do it, but it doesn't work like that now because of the jurisdiction issue.
Yeah,
So
it was a joke. It was a joke, Tribe. But no, yes, I get what you're saying. That was kind of a sarcastic joke. No, I absolutely know what you're saying, Tribe. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, because I'm this has been my my walk for a long time.
But if you signed it, I have been in the system. I like to tell everyone I'm very open. I was in prison for years for medical marijuana industry, and then they gave me a reconsideration motion. But I was locked up for years with every charges, of different sorts, and everyone's a jailhouse lawyer, blah blah. But you see it with both the real ones and the other ones. But Bryan, if you signed it, yeah, that makes it a whole different game.
It doesn't totally change the game. It doesn't totally change the game because signing the ticket alone. Hang on a second. Signing that ticket alone at the side of the road is not giving them jurisdiction yet. Did you give them a home address? A mailing address? Zip code?
If they took his ID, though, Tribe, wouldn't that be considered? Like, even though he verbally didn't give it, okay.
Because jurisdiction, hang on, they can establish jurisdiction by any correspondence with the court that included your postal address.
They might have just put down the address that was on the expired ID because it was expired ID, expired tax. I wasn't even driving. Like,
your correspondence stating your address is you. That constitutes your consent towards jurisdiction.
Can I ask what you got a ticket for then, Bryan, if it wasn't for speeding, or do you even want to share that?
Yeah, it was just expired tags. They said it was like the lowest level ticket you could get. It was something like, they said if I got
that's nothing. That's like, oh my gosh. Well, I mean, look, it's not appropriate to talk here because it's not, anything I know much about or Snafu or anyone here, so we shouldn't be talking about this stuff. So, but if we were going to talk on the back end or something, that would be a much better thing. It seems like it's simple. You could talk to anyone you want to, and of us here would probably you're no worries.
Yeah, that's
well, none of us are legal advisors or anything, but I guarantee we all go through the policy enforcements, and the police state world is only ramping up. So It is interesting though, the whole thing. You're right, Tribe. Things have changed year after year after year, minute after minute after minute, day after day after day, and yeah, definitely changing.
Yeah, what I'm saying is not that they have your address, is that if you correspond to the court and then use your address within that correspondence will constitute your acknowledgement and consent of their jurisdiction. You get it?
Yeah,
I
that makes
get it
sense.
now.
It has nothing to do with your license or signing. When you sign at the side of the road isn't enough. That's not enough. They have to get more than that. They have to have a charging instrument. Has to be there's a lot of elements that people don't like to look at because everyone wants to go to the quick cookbook approaches that they hear people talk about and stuff. And like you said, Snafu, in the old days, you had to understand the administrative codes and the procedures they did to calibrate them. So you'd know, hey, they have to calibrate it every session before they go out there. It has to read this and that. It has to be logged in the book as between this number and that number. They had to use tuning forks to calibrate it in the morning session. Those tuning forks had to have a certificate of calibration every 6 months. They had to bring that to court too, and they don't bring none of that shit. So back in the day, yeah, you could beat them on technicalities, but now because it's considered an administrative hearing and it's outside the judicial of courts, they can do whatever they want. Rules of evidence don't apply.
It's administrative.
Yeah, it's purely administrative. Not even, it's quasi. It's totally quasi. They're like not even, put it this way, at least in Florida, their hearing officers, they can't even wear a robe, and they can't hold you in contempt of the court either. They could actually ask a judge to hold you in contempt, which will work, but they themselves can't, and they can't wear a robe, and they can't, smash a gavel.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. When I had to go by the courthouse one day. Yeah.
So, quick question. While you're here, Damsel Medic, were you ever on the Mercy ships?
Oh, no. I wasn't Navy. I was Air Force. So.
Oh, okay.
But I was in Baghdad at what was called Sather Air Force Base, which was in next to another base, Camp Victory. Some of the Army bases and stuff. Camp Victory was one of the main ones. So.
Okay, yeah. It's a little, have you ever worked with anyone or met anyone that's been on Mercy ships or involved?
Oh yeah, I've met lots of Navy medics that were deployed out where I was at, multiple different places. So yeah.
What did you think of those characters that went on the Mercy ship?
They're kind of weird. We always laughed at them. But Navy and Air Force, we all think each other's different services. You know how it is. We all think you're a little weird.
Yeah, yeah. I had the pleasure of working with someone, kind of a colleague for a short time that was from the Mercy ship. And she was, about as weird as you could get.
It's weird.
But
they were.
Let me tell you what, one of the most competent people I've been around. And I still, to this day, the habits and stuff and things that you do, you pick up from those people are invaluable. Because they go out to sea. There's no second chance. If you don't prepare everything properly and people's lives are at stake, it's your fault.
Yeah, no. And that's the way it is when you do remote bases and stuff. That's what happened with us. I had to put together packages to make sure I had everything. And then when we got in field, if I didn't have what I needed, I had I called it ghetto med, where we'd scrounge for different things around the place and try to put together things. It was crazy sometimes. Did some crazy stuff.
Yeah, you have some people that say certain things about the military, but then there's certain things about the military that Paul Enslaved was talking about too, that are really touched to the thing of integrity and not just honor, but competence and being able to focus on accomplishing objectives. And it's there's certain elements of that are important, even as a man, so to speak, but even though they have women in the force too, is originally, it was men. So, but the medical field, I think it's pretty much even playing field. So
it has been. The medical field is completely different than the rest of the military branch itself. Whatever branch you're in, if you're a medical corps, there's a different standard of way we do things and behave even within the ranking system, because we work closely enlisted with officers, because our doctors are all officers, our nurses are all officers. But then the rest of us are all LPN rated and EMT rated and paramedic rated and independent medical rated. So we fall as enlisted, working hand in hand and side by side as, all kinds of different things, everything from surgical to assistant to your emergency care first level person that sees everybody. So, it's just crazy. I did all kinds of crazy stuff working with
Damsel.
officers.
Hey, you guys.
Damsel,
Yeah.
let me,
Go
hold on,
ahead.
guys. Let me talk to this guy random. Who
Well, no,
who
that's
are
who
you,
I
random
wanted to
person?
talk about too. After you, I know exact. I hope he doesn't bring his little pal Illumitami here, Goblin, on your 5th account. Are
Hey,
you drunk,
Snoop,
Goblin?
Here,
I'm
let
gonna
me
tell
just
you,
talk.
Mr.
I don't
Goblin
have
Guys, let
a
me just
raising
pal.
children with
And we've already
Illumitami,
been
guys,
down
let me
this
just
running
road. We're
around the
not
try to
doing
internet
second
this
me
goblin?
in.
again, Steffu.
How come you're using 5
We're not
different
doing
accounts
this
and coming in
again.
different names, Goblin? I know
Dude,
why.
Snafu, hold up.
I'm the same guy. We're not doing this again. You and I have already reconciled. We're not doing this again.
Does it sound like I've
Oh,
reconciled?
Snafu, hold
okay,
up,
well
bro.
then keep talking. Let's talk about it. You want to work it out? You want to love a buddy, hug a buddy, or what?
Just prepare for his pal
Hold up.
Illumitami to be coming soon. The optics are
No,
high.
hey, I don't have a pal, Illumitami. That's not my pal.
I hope not.
Oh,
I don't have a pal. All right.
Hold up. I had to throw Snafu backstage for a second.
Snafu. Hey, so
Yeah.
what Damsel was saying there is that the medical branch of the
Hold up,
force.
hold up. So who is this dude random here? Who are you?
That's Yeti life.
I'm the swamp creature.
Oh, you're the swamp creature. I remember you.
Yeah.
How you
Is
been?
that Jeff?
Jeff Pies or no?
Huh?
No.
No, I'm not Jeff, but I'm Jeff. Not that Jeff though. No, I
Snafu, don't be too mad back
had to step
there.
in because I rock with y'all. The majority of y'all I rock with on a yeah.
Are you a frozen bird dumb fuck?
You know what hurts?
What?
The majority. You don't rock with all of
Oh,
us here?
Sarah, you're the comedian, not us.
Yeah, that was a good joke. Take you on a roll
That's
with me.
good.
He's like, I'll take you on the road. No, I'm just chilling. I hope everyone had a happy St. Patty's Day, with or without the pagan holidays. You know.
Yeah,
Oh, shit. I didn't even know that was today.
I
The
forgot
Yeti life.
about it, even though I'm Irish and
Yeti life.
and
You should
Native American.
come up here. Anyone who's never been on my stream on the panel, you should come. Now I want to meet everybody at least once.
Yeti Life is the guy to the right of me right now.
Oh, you're Yeti life random? You're swamp creature.
Yeah, that's
Yeti?
what I said.
I'm not
You said
Yeti
no.
Life. I'm the swamp monster creature.
Oh, Yeti life
whatever.
is saying that's not
Oh,
Yeti life.
that's not
Can't
you?
remember your name. Can't remember your name.
Oh, why did that look exactly like you then?
I'm the goblin, bro. I'm the
Dude, it's a guy with a
goblin.
beard. Why does it say he looks exactly like him? It's a dude with a beard. It does a little
That
bit.
looks
of a face, though.
exactly. They look exactly the same. My bad.
That's racist. That's racism.
Exactly.
How is that racist?
Discrimination. You can't be like that.
I'm just a brick of
That's
frozen walls. What
anti-Semitic.
the fuck do I know? I'm just a bunch of frozen bricks.
So, Damsel, it's Friday night.
Yep.
Look at her face. It's like, oh god.
I'm waiting for it, man.
Yeah.
Too funny.
Brian, can we talk about your creepiness with women? Like that's what I
Oh,
want to talk
Sarah,
about.
I was just stepping in for a second, man. I want to show you some love. I'll be down in the comment section, bro.
All right. Appreciate it, bro. Thanks for coming up.
All right, later, G.
Later, Goblin.
Later, swamp
Bring
man.
optics back up. Who else is down there? Everyone. Okay. We'll bring snaps back up. All right, go ahead, Timmy.
Yeah, let's talk about
Did you see my stream earlier today, Timmy?
Dude,
did you see my stream earlier today, Timmy?
Yeah, you responded to like.
You were on it.
Like 10% of the comments were mine.
You were there.
Pretty crazy.
You frozen dumb
You're
fuck.
right.
No, it was great stuff. It was great
you're
stuff. I loved it, dude. I loved it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I surprised myself a little bit. I don't know. I never know if I'm gonna be a frozen dumb fuck or something like that. You know what I mean?
So how's this hiking trip going, guys? You still haven't really gave us details of how this hiking plan is going with you and
Timmy,
O'Shea.
that's
Where you guys going
that's the
hiking at?
subject. Timmy.
I'm
Right,
I'm interested
Snafu,
in
hold
this
up.
conversation with Timmy and O'Shea.
Yeah, so just slow down, Snafu. We're trying to Snafu's going the other way. Timmy's trying to talk
Yo,
creepiness.
yo, so you see the juxtaposition of
And
like
Snafu just wants me to.
I think
Uh-oh.
your frozen
You're
bricks have
frozen.
frozen your
I was
internet
chopping
now
up.
because
Go
there's
ahead.
too many dumb fucks up here, me
Yeah,
included.
because there's also
Now you're
people up there. I'm gonna have to drop you,
there's
Snafu, for a little bit to let this.
shops.
To let the. We're gonna have to let the you know what I mean. The processing speed is weak. I'm gonna start dropping people and bringing them back up or whatever. But go ahead, Timmy.
Now I don't know if you notice, like I get that part of it's partially a bit, but like do you realize the juxtaposition of like when you go like direct to the women, like you go like too direct at them, and then they kind of like it's like, you know that thing when you squeeze the ball, you try to squeeze it too tight, and then it goes through your fingers.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Bulges out one side. Yeah.
Brian, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But bro,
Yeah.
like Brian, when
Go ahead.
you don't need to squeeze the balls is what I'm getting at. Like, yo, if you could inculcate what you were doing this morning, like into your rap with women, and not make it about them, just make it about you and perhaps like the relations between all of us, I think you'd have a lot more success, man, because it's like you need to be, or when I was getting better with women's, I realized that I had to be the gravity. Like, I'm just gonna be me, and then I can't be going like projecting outwards. It can only just be like me making me better, and like inculcating more of a masculine core, and then just rolling with it. And whoever wants to be around that gravitational pull will. And like this morning, I seen you like getting really into the zone with like what you have to offer and who you are. And I can just see naturally some women that like your energy and match with you would automatically just match with you. And you don't really have to go so hard and direct at like, yo, you want to be having this camera session in your bed.
Timmy, just ask him for a date. He'll probably say yes.
Great stuff, Chad. Brian, you hear what I'm saying, man?
See, Timmy, it's weird because I'll intuitively, like, I gotta start trusting my gut and discernment. I think, hold on, let me check this text. I have my cousin yelling at me for being loud. Hold up.
No, Timmy, that's the confidence thing I was talking about. You're struggling with being strong with just standing with yourself. You know, we women want to know what you're thinking and who you're about, and not have you just come at us like an attack dog, but stand in your confidence like the pack leader. It's a different stance, man. It's not that puppy dog thing either. It's a grown up standing confident and knowing that you are in a power position. Then women will be attracted and want to come talk to you, and not feel like they have to be creeped out and run away.
Stream earlier today, and then I was realizing all that. Like even tonight, yeah, with that comment, yeah, I think Timmy, you're onto something. Because maybe it's a sabotage thing. Because like, I have a gut instincts, but I go away from it, and then I try to sabotage. But I appreciate that's the good thing, I guess, of having people in your life to kind of point shit out. Because like that's what I never had growing up, was people to point shit out or steer me in different directions. I just got to figure all this out on my own. Like, I got bad habits, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm actually kind of getting there on my own. But you guys kind of point shit out, accelerate it.
Yeah, you got potential, man. I do see it. So
I don't know about you guys, but it seems like Brian gets pretty damn good results for his attempts.
it's partly because we can see that there's something good there still, you know, in his eyes. He's definitely got a heart. You can see it. He shows it. He kind of wears it on his sleeve all the time. So
I don't know what he keeps on his sleeve, but he's definitely doing pretty good for his whatever game he's got going. So I'll just give him that, and I won't criticize any further, and let's see where it takes him. I don't know what to say to anyone regarding this stuff. No one's ever known what to say to me either. So if anyone I was going to ask would probably be Rob Cleveland. He seems like he's the one where he might have that problem of too many people coming to him, wanting him. And he's like, look, I ain't get that kind of time, but that's just, that's my impressions.
No, man, it's not even like that, bro. To be candid.
You just got to get out more, probably.
But it's getting there. As like, if you're at one of these events, Rob Cleveland, you know what I mean? But that's the thing. Like, we're starting to become
really
like
selective.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm just joking with you, but at least you have the option you have the choice to be selective like that. Some people are just pretty much, they gotta, if they want to be selective, they gotta wait longer, and that, it can be frustrating. Imagine a male elephant can wait 40 years before it finally gets laid.
Wow. That's fucking weird. How do you know that?
I mean, they live a long time, but still, they get pretty frustrated during that time. They break trees down and do all kinds of mischief.
have to get it out somehow.
Nah, Timmy, you're dead on, bro. Like, you're just dead on, bro. Like, I just really, if I'm just, because like cause I'm starting to gross myself out, bro, realizing it. That it's like, it's the best game's no game, but I guess that's what I do in the reverse, but I come so thirsty with no game, but that don't even work. So I don't, how do I say it?
But what do you mean you come? What do you mean you come thirsty and then that don't work? Are you talking about broads on the metaverse, or are you talking about real life?
I'm just talking about like even just right now, I was like, let's stream from your bed. Like that to me, that was kind of like me like making some sort of move.
Yeah, but
like
dude,
that, you know what I mean?
Okay. Look, I'm just talking to you as your friend, right? I'm not like, I mean, if you want to see me as your friend, like I see you as on some level as a friend. It's like, because there's no other like motive for me speaking with you right now. I've got other shit to do, and like that I could, right? Like the problem with that is like there's no basis. You haven't yet developed a basis for like where that would be. This fucking thing is killing me. For what the fuck? Where that would make sense yet with her. Like you haven't established any level of playfulness or foreplay yet. Like you haven't even. I don't think so. Haven't you just been talking to Damsel like since like 1 day ago, right?
Yep, one time. The second time we're
right.
talking. Yep.
Right. So
too fast.
you're
too
jumping
fast.
the gun like way too early, dude, and that will throw women off because they're just like, oh, this fucking guy would just fuck anybody, and like he don't even know me. I'm just a feminine energy being for him to just use. It's just whether it's in real life or not, like guys that go to there's a way you can in real life, there's a way you can go be talking to a girl for the first time and be like, yo, I like what you got going on, and what you're like. You can't just be like, hey, you're hot, like, and then it'd be weird. Like you can go up and be like, yo, I'm liking what you got going on. That's why I came up to you and just wanted to talk to you, just wanted to meet you. And if it's natural like that,
cool. You want to be cool and smooth and slow simmer all the way to that boil point. That's what you're really looking for, because then you don't look desperate, and then you don't scare us off because you're too aggressive, and it's like, this guy falls in love with everything he sees. This is not good.
Right, and everything is about subtext, right? Brian, you're a fucking comedy guy, right? Everything is subtext with comedy and like entertainment, right? It's always about the subtext. Like, what are the assumptions that are at play, right? So if you're going super aggressive and you're kind of needy, like the subtext is that you don't have 10 bitches around. So they're sniffing that on you. Damsel shaking her head, right? She's saying yes, because if you don't have 10 bitches with you, then she's like, wait, why doesn't this dude have any girls?
There's no competition. That's a scary thought. Okay, why does nobody want to compete for him?
Right.
There's something wrong with him. There's something wrong with him. I better watch out.
Hey, can I interject something here? And I know what it is, and Rob, you might be able to help me out on this one. Bryan, the like you said before, the kind of hoods you hung out with and stuff. You saw dudes with that kind of game that could do that. I know you have because I have. But you ain't got that like that, and I don't know how to get that exactly like that. It's like these other guys trying to do a panel like Paul, just trying to grab StreamYard and do that kind of shit, and it just doesn't work. It'll never work for them. You know, it's the same thing as this. It's like you see those guys doing that in their culture, and it fucking works every time, man. Well, not every time. It works plenty enough for them, let's just say. And it ain't gonna work for you.
Average.
You gotta, Brian knows what I'm talking about, and probably Rob does too. But it's a different culture, and when you can be in that kind of mix, it's cool. You know, if you like to do that, and it's a different dynamic. And I'm not gonna talk about it because that's not my thing, you know. But I've been there. I know it. You know, I'm still.
Are you talking about black folks?
Timmy, why do you have to be so?
Well, why are you beating around the bush, man? Like we're all like.
Why do you have to always label things by color? I'm talking about particular American culture that exists here. You can call it by many different ways.
What do you mean?
That'd be more distinct and
urban
thing
culture.
You know what I'm talking about, Brian, right?
Yeah, but the point.
Okay.
The point that,
that's it.
The point that I think that he's hitting is, like I said, I'll just reiterate it. Like, I agree with Timmy, and I was getting it on my own intuition, but through him pointing it out, it's going to accelerate the process of me of something that I already know is going on, or learning or becoming more clear. You know what I mean? I probably always know, but like, you just go against your gut instinct and just be a fucking retard sometimes. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the maturity thing. What was your background again? You didn't have a full family, or how were you raised? I guess I should ask, because I don't remember your background story.
Yeah, I was just a wild animal, like in a home with no father. You know what I mean? Just like a home you can do anything in.
No father. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
So your mom only.
Yeah,
or
she wasn't around a lot. She was like working or just out with her boyfriend, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So no male role model to really be there for you then.
Brothers, but like, you know what I mean? It's not their responsibility to be daddy to me. You know what I mean?
Right. No dad though. No real dad.
Right. He was drinking. He was at the bar.
Yeah. So nobody show you the ropes of how to kind of be cool with girls then, and kind of give you some pointers early on. It makes sense.
Yeah. You just had to figure. Yeah, I mean, the type of home we had, there was no pointers. You figure everything on your own. There was no talks about nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of hard. Yeah, that makes it hard to gain those things that men need to get from their or boys need to get from their fathers. That's what men are supposed to do.
Any siblings, Brian?
Yeah, I got 4 older brothers, an older sister, and a younger brother. But they never.
Well, then here you go. Didn't they show you any ropes?
Nah, everyone just no one talks about nothing real. I mean, we had a lot of fun and shit, but we never talked about anything like real or helped each other out. Like,
that sucks. All right, okay. Well, that's the problem, damsels. Is you know, when you got that many older brothers and stuff, and they ain't talking about nothing or giving you any game, then yeah, that's wrong.
And no dad. So yeah,
I mean,
it makes sense.
My dad was cool and he was around, but trust me, he didn't give me no advice on that. I gave him my older brothers, my friends.
If you don't have a good one, yeah, it's hard. It's really difficult for you guys. Really bad.
I had it extra weird because I had a type of mom that she got like jealous, like when I started dating and shit when I got to that age. But I didn't notice till hindsight because like one day I went out with a girl and spent the night with her. We didn't have sex, but like because of my head issues, the girl was in it. She wanted to. We slept in the same bed and everything. Like me and her friend too, like 2 girls in one bed, but like I came home and my mom got pissed and broke a plate over my knee, and the plate stuck into my chest, and I couldn't do football after that. And the football coach asked me what happened, and I was like, "Oh, I bumped into a wall," and he was like, "Nah, that's a puncture wound," but he knew something was up. But my point is that like, there's weird. It was that Jezebel spirit. She had some weird shit going on. I don't know. Most people call it narcissism.
You know, it is narcissism, and it's just like a lighter version of Jack Talcott in some way, probably. There's the covert and overt narcissist too. So depending on if she was really blatant or if she was really sneaky about it or used a lot of the religious.
Covert.
Okay. Yeah, those are difficult. Makes it really difficult. So that's why you probably get used by narcissists really easily too, because you kind of come off empathic. Definitely, and they love you guys as a target. Some people say I'm empathic. I've dealt with a couple narcissists in my life, and it was horrid. So I feel like they pick me up too. So I have to be careful. I have to, because I love to serve people. That's what a medic does. That's my life. What I did as a physician assistant. So I went on and got more education to do even more helping people. That's what I want to do. So it's easy for people to take advantage of me if I'm not careful. Really have to be careful. So.
Yeah, but that's the case anytime you're competent. People always want to try to take advantage. You give an inch,
Yep.
they take a mile. Isn't that the fact?
Yeah, I have a tendency to forgive people too easily. And that was one of the things I had to learn, was to put my foot down and say, no, I won't take anymore, and be done with it.
Yeah, because sometimes
it gets that far. Yeah.
It's like, 5% of the people you deal with give you 90% of the problems in that case. And then the people you really want to help, you're stuck dealing with problem people that you shouldn't be even bothering with in the first place.
Yeah, to waste your time and
triage,
suck you dry.
You have to do your own triage yourself in a way, just as far as prioritizing, which again comes with competence. It's all back down to prioritizing. How do you prioritize, and how do you arrange the actions that you do to achieve the goals you intend?
Well, get used up. Yeah, you just get yourself used up by all these people that'll just suck you dry. They literally will. That's why I've been so interested in the Jack Talcott thing, because I've dealt with narcissists, and I'm looking at how much he's sucking away from everybody, and I realize how much your life can get caught up with these people. It can totally ruin you. You got to be really careful with them. They're very dangerous in a lot of ways. Whether or not Talcott's really over the edge and really dangerous, well, I don't know. He could be. One of the ones I dealt with was scary on alcohol, I'll tell you that. Got himself arrested dealing with me. So, yeah. That kind of narcissism gets really scary. Behind closed doors, you have no idea what he's like. And if he's as bad as I've seen him on some interviews from other women that interviewed him, holy crap, I have a bad feeling he's pretty crazy behind closed doors.
Holy cows.
And I don't think it's a nice holy kind of thing that he would be doing. So if it's anything like what I've dealt with before and seen in patients that come in and live with that too, yeah, scary.
Well, any indication by the number of people that are usually around him should probably tell you, right? How many people physically do you see around him?
No one.
And when does he ever, go outside the confines of his home there? It's very rare for him.
Very, very rare that we've seen any film footage from outside, or anything taken out there. And then when Margot, this lady that's showing up in the chat, claiming that knows him, dealt with the council, he's very angry at her. Supposedly she has a restraining order on him because he was looking her address up and trying to find her because he was so mad. That's what she claims. Things like that.
Hey,
kind of
sister, I want to resolve this with you.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing that's creeped me out with him, is because I see that manipulation, and it worries me. It does. It's like, whoa. If somebody buys into this guy.
I wouldn't let it worry you. Well, I mean,
I
don't be
just worry
letting the
about other
metaverse shit worry
people.
you.
No, I just worry about somebody in real life getting caught up with this guy for even just a short time, could especially if it's not a male, if he's what he might be, it could be very scary for a female to be alone with him.
I think he puts off a stench that any woman with any sense of
it's good now,
spirit will just run.
Somehow he did get two or more women in his life, because that's
a lot of broken hoes out there, though.
Listen, it's I won't even get into the dynamics of all that stuff, but it's only a matter of time and odds, for someone like him. And so real thing is this, is that it's not just that there's narcissists around, but it's to me, it appears it's become a trend, and we're seeing more of them. And
I see more of it.
Yeah, so they're being manufactured or engineered through various means. And what I would say to this is that I guess there's two things you could do. Is one is the interruption of that process, and second is, what do you do to resolve it? So what do you do to bring someone back? It's almost like deprogramming a cult member, right? You can't just deprogram him by telling him what happened, because no one brainwashed ever will admit to having it done to them. ever.
No.
Has everyone ever. So you have to have other methods for doing that. So again, it's like I see what's going on kind of in Paul's. It's more of a heuristic way of approaching it. But I know there are more formal ways of approaching it too, through different gestalt and linguistics and such. But it seems to me that Jack has almost been inoculated against those. How cults will do. They know what you're going to do to try to unravel them, so they'll inoculate them beforehand. Mentally inoculate them, so it won't work on it. Makes them even more rigid.
Yeah, he's like trying to catch. He's like trying to hold water. It's crazy to watch him. The twists and turns that he can pull. It's pretty amazing.
It's true cult deprogramming, I think, methods that need to be used on that kind of behavior, it seems to me, because and I don't know these methods, but I know that there's people who have seen they're skilled in it and what they can do with people that have been brought into cults, how they deprogram them. Because see all this accusations, all the accusatory attitudes towards Paul's channel when he's nothing even resembling or close to, that. Yet that it keeps coming out for some odd reason out of thin air. Supposedly, no, it's a reflection. It's a projection of what they're doing, and it's clear that they're all exhibiting, whether it's a de facto cult or not, right? It's been an orchestrated, engineered one out of the ether almost. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a digitally manufactured cult of ideas, not a cult of personality. And it's working within. They're like implanted with a machine in their brains that are causing them to act out of their own will, like a parasite.
Yeah, like some kind of switch flipped, and all these people are showing around. It's been bizarre. But I've noticed it with my business partner here. We've been watching different people in the community, and we're seeing that in the community with certain individuals and people. It's bizarre stuff that's happened in the last 3 years to watch people that we knew or have known or met seem pretty stable and then change, and it's been bizarre. I mean, they act weird, do weird things. Even their work ethic is kind of strange, and it's just been some really bizarre things this last 3 years to witness. And it's almost like when you're on the outside of it looking in, it's really it's phenomenal to see how they've pulled this off. I know it's social engineering through social media and all kinds of propaganda, and then of course everything else being our food and water and everything else they've done medically to us. Who knows? It's just, you wonder how you actually escape some of it. I don't know how we are different.
Well, I don't think again, I'm just going to say this just because I have to say it since I'm sitting here and I'm hearing it. Like, I don't think anybody did anything to me. So I don't take this victim position of like, they did this to us. Like, I don't say this word us. Like, nobody did nothing to me.
Yeah, but it didn't happen to us.
It didn't happen to you, Timmy. We're not talking about you.
I don't understand.
Chad, please. What do you mean?
You know what I mean, though? Do you understand what I mean, Timmy? It's like we're different than them, and I don't understand it because that kind of stuff doesn't work.
Who's they and what do they do directly to you?
I don't know. I can't even explain. It's kind of a spiritual thing that's just like there's something different with these individuals now that they weren't like that before. I don't know what changed. And it's bizarre. It's really bizarre to watch. And I, as a provider of healthcare who has sat with thousands of patients and watched people and had them tell me their stories, and then I try to figure out what's wrong with them, I'm diagnosing this whole situation, and it's just, there's something weird. Something changed. I don't know what it is.
Right. So
it's not really I'm blaming anybody particular. I just don't know what changed, but it's weird.
I hear what you're saying. You're like, oh, I see these folks coming in every day, and you're taking care of them. It's like, I get that. I get how you see them, and you're like, oh, what has been done to these people? Right. I get that. But again, those people that you. Who do you work? I mean, you don't have to tell them if you don't want to. Like, are you doing like emergency room stuff or like nurse?
I was internal medicine clinical practice. So that would be your higher level of above family care and the level of complexity of patients. So people with lots of chronic medical problems,
chronic
lots of medication, lots of
See, look,
mental
miss,
health
this is
conflict.
like you're like
just all kinds of weird stuff. But that's the patient. But I'm talking about. I'm not even seeing patients anymore. I stopped that 10 years ago. But I have that same skill looking at the people around me now in life, and it's just bizarre. I
Yeah,
just find it bizarre.
but I have like an extreme level of empathy, and it's really fucked me in the past 20 years when I don't control that. And like what I've learned, this is just my perspective, is like what I've learned is like most, if not all, those folks deserve everything that they get.
Oh
Like, and
yeah,
that's not, I'm
I
not
agree.
like being a judger or something like that. It's
I
like
don't think you
people
are
that
at
are
all.
chronic, yeah, like I'm just like, it's like people that are chronically ill, like it's it it's their fault. Like I don't really believe in diseases just like randomly falling upon folks. Now, put aside like genetic mutations for like young beings, like and babies. I don't know about that. That's like a very, very small percentage though. I'm talking about like grown men and women that are like
Hmm.
chronically ill and stuff like that. It's like, yo,
Yeah,
those
I know.
folks, I can't look at them and then say they're all sick and go, I'm a targeted individual and all this shit. And then I go, okay, so then who are blaming some spraying of chemicals, or they pick a victim thing, like, so yeah,
Yeah, but
I hear you.
but you have to admit there are factors. But yes, people have ultimate choice and responsibility for it. Absolutely, I don't doubt that. But there are factors that are affecting them. You have to. It's always been the argument against, is it biology, or is it, your culture, your family, and how you're raised? What is really making us?
Nature versus nurture.
Yeah, the nature versus nurture, and then what do we become, and how do we choose after we become that, an adult? What does that do to us to
I,
become
I
that adult that makes choices that are based on
yeah, I mean,
whatever?
I think it's beyond that. I don't even really, it's just individual. Like if I have the infinite spark within me, then nature and nurture doesn't, it's not about either of those things then, right? Like about my genetics
Yeah,
and
dude, then
DNA.
again,
It's
it's
like
no
every
personal
day.
problem, dude. That's like a Talcotism, dude. We got problems to solve, and saying it's their fault and tough shit isn't going to solve the problem for the rest of us have to deal with them, is what she's saying. She's got to deal with the medical problem. You can't say, well, it's their problem and walk away from it. She can't. She has to deal with it. So now what does she do? That's the question at
Yeah,
hand.
yes,
Not
she
that,
can. She's not taking
well, she
care of
could, yeah,
patients
well,
anymore.
she has, but she's
No,
saying that she
no.
has empathy too, and that what do you do with these people? In her job, when she was in her role, I wouldn't see her walking away from someone, even if it was their own fault, they hurt themselves.
And that does come down to, what do we do? They're going to affect us.
Right,
Well, what do we do?
right. Well, I mean, if I'm you, I'm making my own quote unquote hospital, not calling it a hospital, and
Absolutely. That's
working with
why.
folks like
That's
that
also
and
why I
working
don't
towards
practice.
natural.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
for
that's what
sure.
got me.
Practicing, yeah,
That's what got me in the wheelchair. My whole story
right,
is I came out of this because of allowing my choices to get me into a situation where I ended up with 5 vaccines in one
right, right,
day
right, right.
before I go into the combat area, and then I end up in a wheelchair for 10
Yeah,
freaking years in terrible pain and dying, almost dying. And so that changed my
yo,
life, though. That was the awakening
yeah,
of going, this whole medical system is crap. It is more spiritual and
it,
self-contained that
right.
causes all our illnesses. That's how I got my healing, was I had to clear a lot of junk in my life mentally before I could even get well, before I could have that miracle. It was crazy, man. You wouldn't believe my story if I told you. It was a literal miracle. I shouldn't be here, but I can walk again. I'm out of a wheelchair that I was never supposed to get out of. I'm off a feeding tube, and it was mental more than anything else, because I got off all their medicines that were making me
That's
worse,
awesome.
and it was a mental game and a spiritual game after that. And so, yeah, these people are responsible. That's why when I talk to people about it now, what happened to me, I tell them, you can change that. You can change that.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay unhealthy. I had 6 autoimmune diseases that I was diagnosed with, a metabolic mutation of one of my mitochondrial DNA, supposedly. I had a toxic injury of some sort that they couldn't figure out. I had early onset dementia. I had, I don't know how many
Have
other
you heard of
diagnoses I can come up with. It was
have you heard
crazy.
of Morris? Have you heard of Morris Goodman?
Not familiar with that name right off the bat. No, no.
He crashed an airplane, like a single prop little airplane, and he was like completely paralyzed. Couldn't breathe on his own, couldn't eat on his own. Like he's absolutely done. He could only blink his eyes,
Yep.
yes or no. And the dumbass doctors were like, "Yo, you're gonna be a vegetable for the rest of his life." But he still had his mind, and he has a similar story to you. Like he was just like, nah, fuck this, I'm not gonna accept this. And this happened sometime in like February, and he was like, I'm gonna walk out of this shitty hospital by Christmas, and the motherfucker did, and nobody knows how he did it except for the infinite power of the mind. He's like, no, I'm gonna walk out, and then every day he imagined himself walking out, and then at some point, like
Yeah.
all his illnesses, his fucking entire like his vertebrae was like shattered, and like
Yeah, he
it
shouldn't have been
somehow
able to ever
refused.
recover.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
he should have never been
Yeah,
able to repair that spinal cord once it's severed. Yeah, and that's what they
yeah, he
told me
was.
with
Yeah,
me. I had same kind of crazy stuff that I was not to recover. But I nobody can figure out how I kept going. I just kept telling
that's
myself I'm
awesome,
going to do
man.
it one more
That's
second,
awesome.
one more minute, one more day. Because it was they literally sometimes it was every 60 seconds I was praying to die or get well because it was that hard at times. So
Yo, I'm happy to
it
know
was
you.
a
You're
battle.
awesome. That's crazy. Yo. You have a powerful mind. It's amazing.
Well, like I said, this faith thing that even Paul talks about, if I hadn't had some kind of faith already built in and knew that I had a purpose, I don't know if I could have held on for 10 years. It
Right.
was bad. I was on 200 milligrams of morphine because I was in so much pain a day. It's hard for me to remember everything that happened because it was so crazy. It was just crazy. So, yeah, I have a brand new life. I'm a different person. Everything changed because I woke up during that time. It gave me time to come to my senses and figure out where I had really gone wrong in my life and really make amends in my own mind and forgive myself for a ton of stuff and forgive other people for tons of stuff. And it took all that to finally be able to get well. I had to process a ton of stuff that had nothing to do with whatever was hurting at the time or whatever inflammatory reaction I was had nothing to do with the symptoms that I was physically experiencing. It was spiritual and emotional that I had to fix first. So it was pretty crazy times. So I'm not the same person. Paul talks about not being the same person. Yeah, I know what that's like. Yeah. So.
Wow. Hey Brian, did you want to? I could hop off of this so you could let Snafu back on if that's an issue. But if so, I want to read something to you about the bricks, or if not, then just you can let Snafu on, and I'll step out.
How long is the reading?
Not that long. Do you want to hear it or not? It's about bricks, but that's all right. If you don't want to.
No, I mean, is it like 2 short paragraphs or is it like 3 pages from a book or something?
No, it's actually 1 paragraph and 2 short ones, very short ones. One's like that. No, it's actually
Take
2
about a minute
paragraphs.
to read.
It's
Go
2
ahead,
paragraphs.
go ahead.
2 paragraphs.
I'll cut you off. I don't like it.
He might have been done already. You let him read it.
No, I mean, if you want to hear it, I don't want to impose. You don't have to hear it. It's up to you.
Bring
Go ahead.
Snafu up.
I'd
He's
love
calling
to.
me a cupcake. I wanna yell at
Do
Snafu.
you want to hear this then, Brian? And I'll step down.
Yes, please.
You do?
Read it.
Yes?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
To return to its source in the infinite, the human soul, the ancients held, had to ascend as it had to descend through 7 spheres. The ladder by which it reascends has, according to Marsilius Ficinus in his commentary on the Aeneid of Polydonus, 7 degrees or steps. And in the mysteries of Mithras, carried to Rome under the emperors, the Mithras were the ladder with its 7 rounds was a symbol referring to this ascent through the 7 spheres of the 7 planets. Jacob saw the spirits of God ascending and descending on it, and above it, the deity himself. The Mithraic mysteries, when celebrated in caves, where gates were marked at the 4 equinoctial and celestial points of the zodiac. And the 7 planetary spheres were represented, which souls must transverse in descending from the heaven of the fixed stars to the elements that envelop the earth. And 7 gates were marked, one for each planet through which they pass in descending or returning. We learn from this, from Celis in Origin, who says that the symbolic image of this passage among the stars used in the Mithraic mysteries was a ladder reaching from earth to heaven, divided into 7 steps or stages, to each of which was a gate, and at the summit, an 8th one, that of the fixed stars. But listen here, the symbol was the same as that of the 7 stages of Borsippa, the pyramid of vitrified brick near Babylon, built of 7 stages, and each of a different color. In the Mithraic ceremonies, the candidate went through 7 stages of initiation, passing through many fearful trials. And of these, the high ladder with 7 rounds or steps was the symbol. So I think, Bryan, that you're not leading us on everything you know about these vitrified brick.
Well, it's.
Yep.
I think the color. I think I know what the colors are, because you find
What are
red
they?
brick. You find red brick closer to the ground, to sea level. So that's the root chakra. So the next level up is going to be yellow or orange, if I had imagined, which would be it's called it's another chakra. It's called I can't think of the name. It's orange in color though.
Sacral.
And then you got your solar plex chakra, which would be yellow. You got your heart chakra blue. I mean, your heart chakra green, your throat chakra blue, your third eye chakra is indigo, and then you got your crown chakra would be white or purple. And so the crown chakra would be heaven, because the crown chakra is the gate to heaven, and the key to that gate is your heart, which is the feminine. So when the male and the female unite, which I was talking about in my stream earlier, they can open the gate to heaven. But when we battle, I'm standing at the gate because I am the gate, and she's standing there with the key, and we're bickering over pronouns instead of uniting and going to open up the gate of heaven.
Yeah, and there's a gate through each stage.
Yep.
Right? So each stage you have to pass through, and they're fearful. Many
but
fearful
representing is your individual
trials.
rise.
Without fear. Do you get this? Listen, this touches something. You can't pass through them without passing through your fearful trials. So if you live without fear, you're living without taking face in front of fear and facing the trials that fear brings forth to pass up the ladder through each gate, right? To the 7 rounds or steps, right? And the pyramid of vitrified brick near Babylon. Why is it near Babylon?
Babylon's not a good thing. That's
Dude, I'm starting to think heaven might be a place you actually fucking walk into, dude, through the fucking celestial. Fucking, you might actually build something by brick to get up there, dude. With all this brick I'm seeing.
Vitrified brick is melted brick. You know that, right?
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Yeah.
Well, and there's supposedly 7 heavens too. So in the scriptures, and Enoch, I guess, describes 7. So this number 7 comes up all over the place.
I don't know what you guys think, but I'm convinced all mountains are fucking melted brick. So you guys think what you want, but I'm pretty much convinced it is. So that's why that story makes a lot more sense to me.
Well, at least pyramids. With the
pyramids are what? Pyramids are what?
Maybe they turn into mountains once they get broken. Who knows?
Yeah.
They could have been giant pyramids, not buildings. Maybe that's
buildings
are pyramids.
Dude, it was insane, dude. If all mountains were bricks, in my theory, then dude, just think of and just imagine the world, bro. The world was just different. It was mad bricks.
So how are mountains bricks though? How are mountains bricks?
Because dude, they are, bro. I don't know how the fucking why, dude. It's literally that's just what they are. They're melted bricks, bro. Don't ask me how, why, what, when,
some
where.
claim they're buildings. They were buildings. Huh? The mountains were actually giant buildings, and there's claims that they were giant buildings or other kinds of buildings.
So Bryan, you're saying that they were buildings? Like, what do you? Can you define a brick?
When you say buildings, when you say buildings, you immediately say.
You say melted bricks, right? What do you? Can you define a?
Yeah, I'm saying they were
define a brick.
Like buildings. Yes, I said they were buildings.
Oh
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna step down so Snafu can come up. Bryan, how's that? Is he still there?
But here's the thing, Timmy.
Guys, salute. I'll be watching on YouTube in the background, okay? And salute to you guys.
Salute.
All right, Timmy. So I lost my thought. Tried to fucking wouldn't shut up. What were we talking about?
You know that I.
So
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Timmy.
I was just saying that. So you're saying they're buildings, right? I was like, well, how do you define bricks?
Yeah,
So
but
you're
here's
saying
what you
they're
think
melted bricks.
to me when you hear me say that they're buildings, you immediately go to, oh, so you're saying like a bunch of people built it? Nah, bro. So you're going to like this time, this age. You're not
Right,
you're
right.
not computing that this stuff is from a different age, most likely a golden era. So we're just seeing the remnants of it, 1/3 of it, most likely, 1/3 of whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, that's like the point with the fucking giant trees. You know how they're like cut like this. You know, Devil's Stump, whatever it's called in Wyoming, right? Like the
Devil's
fairy tales
Tower.
about the Jack and the Beanstalk and that kind of concept is interesting, right? Because maybe there were these fucking extremely big trees, right? That kind
Yeah,
of
but
makes
the
sense. So
buildings, but the bricks are small, bro.
that,
On these buildings, they're just regular red bricks, but just fucking like millions and billions and trillions of them or something. So it's not like so it must have been built through some sort of either it's a natural thing that was just like part of what Earth is. It was some sort of it's already there kind of thing, or they can. It seems like they were able to be assembled through some sort of maybe mind group consciousness, maybe. Would only you know what I mean? Because there's just too many bricks and too much for it to be like made how we think of it. You know what I mean? It's either natural, like the way grass and tree is natural, or there was an easier way to, or something. I don't know how they did it, dude. It's a shitload of bricks. I don't
Which
know.
is a funny saying that goes
It's
along.
not funny when people laugh. It's not funny to me. It's just fact.
No, I'm not
I mean,
laughing
I
because I'm
understand
laughing at
laughter,
the
but
saying. No,
I
dude,
understand why it would
I know who
seem
Gen
ridiculous, but
69
to
is.
me, it's just
I know Gen 69. I actually was on her channel when she began it for years. I watched her for a long time. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And actually, I think some of them are. I do not ascribe yet to all mountains are bricks or all the land is brick. I'd say some
Yeah,
bricks, some giant trees, some giant bodies maybe, or who knows? I leave it open. I don't know for sure, but I do see some evidence of what you talk about. I watched them come up with those ideas. So I was there.
yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely some compelling evidence to show that what Brian's saying is true to some degree. I just don't jump all the way out the window to saying all mountains are melted bricks.
Right. I won't go that far yet either. It's just like saying I won't say exactly what the shape of this world and realm we live in is. I know it looks flat and it doesn't feel like it's moving and there's air pressure. I know those things for sure as a scientist. And I got a problem with that. So, but can I tell you what it is and what the rest of it is? No. Do I have some kind of ideas maybe? Sure. But I'll never say I know till I'm outside of it.
There it is.
you know what's weird? We talk about all this stuff outside our body, but there's so much going on inside our body we're not even controlling. We don't even think about. We don't control our own heart. We barely think about breathing. All the activity going on inside our body. That's some sort of crazy, miraculous miracle, the best machine ever, than any laptop, than any automobile ever, that they're all just trying to imitate. We don't think about it. Where eyeballs focus, open, close, the eyeball, how it's fucking made, what it is. There's actual quartz crystals in there, which give you the sight. There's something in your pineal gland. There's quartz crystals in your pineal gland, your third eye as well, I believe.
In your ears too. Gives you your balance. Otoliths. Yeah.
The ears, the smell, taste, tongue, how all this shit works. We never think about it. We're sitting there looking at shit. Is it bricks? Is it not? Arguing. We don't think about ourselves, the temple of ourself, the building of ourself, Solomon's temple.
Well, it's even more fractal than that. So within, so without, so all those things, whatever you want to say, you have a micro living world inside yourself. It's bacteria and whatever else lives within us that has to be supported by our healthy life for their little healthy life to have their little healthy families. So so what are they carrying on them? What kind of life do they have? These microscopic things have life on them, more than likely. it's a fractal world. It's very strange when you start really looking at it. You're muted.
I was saying we got some snaps back. What's up, big buddy? Big dog.
Nothing, but Mr. Cupcake wanted me to address him. Is this the time I can address him?
Go ahead, Cupcake Master.
All right, Timmy.
Wait, hold up.
Let me ask you this, Brian.
What?
And your game. I think Timmy's completely wrong. Your game is just fine. Now, Brian, the New World Order agenda, feminism, a man equals man, woman equals woman, and I think Damsel Medic is a vocal, strong woman who doesn't need white knighted per se. I don't know her fully, but she comes across as a pretty, down, woman that gets it. And I think cock blocking Brian and the way you did, and then white knighting it with her, and me getting booted and the Cupcake off into your feminine ways and telling Brian that he's like his game's fucked up. Bro, you're a Cupcake. Brian, your game's okay, bro. Fuck this Cupcake, man. You boot me, Nazi China style. And I'm just trying to say, simping is easy, pimping ain't. And I'm sorry, Mr. Frozen Brick Wall. Timmy, but Brian's game is on point. Maybe you should take pointers from Brian, because feminism is a new agenda being pushed by you guys. Man should be man, and women like that. Am I not right, Damsel Medic?
Whoa! Who is you guys?
Well, I'm just saying the feminine agenda in play. Dude, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Be honest, Damsel. Did you kind of see the white knight there of him trying to tell Brian his game was off?
Oh, maybe a little bit, but I think even Brian can appreciate some of the words he was saying.
I'm not saying he didn't appreciate it. I'm not saying he didn't appreciate it. I'm just saying they're two men that have their different ways. Brian comes off man, and Frozen Brick comes off kind of feminine. Am I not right?
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't even thought about it.
Maybe you should.
Oh, maybe I should. Yeah.
She's throwing under the bus, Timmy. She's.
I know, Damsel. Damsel flips in a second. I love it. Damsel, you just said you thought it was extremely creepy the way Brian was going directly.
No, it still is. I agree. The suggestions are good because, again, I see that confidence issue there just a little bit. It's better tonight. It's great tonight. You're fine.
Who has a confidence issue? Brian?
O'Shea. It's like an overcompensation for the puppy dog kind of thing where he's like wants it but doesn't know how to get it and knows he's got something but doesn't know how to stand firmly in it, and like a pack leader, like like an adult would be confident in himself.
A man. He's not an adult. He's a man.
No, not an adult. A man. A man.
Adult is something else. Snafu is adult. You can call him adult.
And it's not in everything you do, Brian. It's only when you're dealing with women that I see this childlike quality come out that's a little too much, and then it makes you not think clearly, I guess, about being so aggressive and too forward, too quick.
Okay, I gotta stop you, Damsel. I gotta be real. I want you to be honest, because you seem like an honest woman.
Yo, Snafu. No. How many
successful
relationships have you had? How many successful relationships
question?
have you had with women in the past 5 years? How many successful relationships?
Bro, you want me to fucking? I'll post pics, dude. You want to see my dick?
I don't want to see nothing. Just tell us.
What do you want to see, bro? What do you want? Like, are you really? No, I wanted to ask a woman a question. Of course, the beta cock is
no, because you're giving a bunch of fucking. You're directing the conversation.
No, I asked a woman a question and the beta cock interrupted.
No, I know, because you came in here saying like I'm a cupcake loser feminist, and that Brian needs to do better.
I'm not saying his.
Okay, great. So what gives you authority to speak about game? What gives you authority to speak about game?
Dude, look at you. Look at your acting. Look at what you said. Just optics, bro. And I
answer the question. Don't deflect.
I said I was going to ask.
No.
I was going to have damn.
I don't care. I'm tired of your questions.
Had nothing to do with you, and you just go beta full cock. Karen trigger mode on me.
Right. Okay.
You do.
So what gives you authority to speak about game?
I was asking a question. You're the
Okay.
one, let me
Yeah.
put the record straight. I got
Right.
Nazi booted because you were the one simping and telling Mr. Bryan how he wasn't playing
Bro,
his game
this
right.
isn't your
and he didn't care.
broadcast.
Which
Nobody
I'm not
owes
saying
you
you're right or
shit.
wrong. I'm just saying you were the one who started the talking about games, sir, Mr. Betacock.
That's correct. I know a thing or two about a
Right.
thing or two.
So you question me when I'm watching you with your and I was gonna ask Damsel Medic a question, but you know she probably will answer what
Well,
I
you
was gonna
keep
answer right.
making statements.
And
No,
because
you
you
can
seem like
answer
an
whatever you
honest
want.
woman, and now you're
What gives
triggered
you
because
any
you
qualification
don't
to
want to look
speak?
like a little simp.
No, you can ask whatever you want. I'm not afraid of nothing. Why did you booted him?
Did you boot him? Did you get your cupcake fill there, Rob?
I mean,
Let's say, I
I'm
just
fine
went
with
back.
that. Okay,
Hit
whatever.
him real quick. He's got a he.
I mean, I think what's
Just
funny about Snafu and the whole cupcake thing, I think he's literally cupcaking it. Seeing his gut.
Hey, Shelly.
All
Come on up.
Can't
cupcakes.
hear you, Rob. Rob, you cut out.
I thought more of it as a bit. He's coming up to just give Rob a little cupcake time and put it on the airwaves again.
It's not a bit with him. This is his mental illness.
Oh, so now you're a doctor. Dr. Timmy. Not Dr. Phil, Dr. Timmy.
Okay, so tell us about your successful relationships with women over the past 5 years,
That's not what I was
which gives you
asking.
merit.
But
It
I
doesn't
can tell
matter.
you that
You
I can tell
asking
not
questions
just
about
I can tell
this.
you honestly, a few months ago, if
You
you want
asking
pictures, if you want
questions
access,
about
if you want
this
to know,
presumes that you have intelligence on the subject, which gives you the
Bryan,
right to ask questions.
do you have
dumb
a
fuck.
messenger? Do you want me to send you some pictures right now? And you can show
I don't
everyone.
want to
I
see
don't
pictures.
like I
Just
get
speak.
what's your messenger?
Present, you
You want me
stupid
to
fuck.
show this? You can even see the
Or-
dates. This motherfucker's like
Just speak.
Not to.
Hold up.
I don't need to like start
Snaps.
showing pictures.
I put on mute because
no, because pictures. Because then I'm gonna ask you to show pictures, and mine have dates.
No,
and
just
recent,
tell
like,
us.
of who the chicks I've been with, and
Just
I've
present. Fucking guy.
wait, I'm putting it
I
backstage.
don't think you're asking. You're not asking for notches on his belt. How many notches did he get?
Yo, I'm
You're
just
asking
saying,
for
I need
successful
answers.
relationship.
Just tell us in 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Tell us in
successful
30
relationship.
seconds. What are the successful relationships you've had with women in the past 5 years, and how's that gone? And clearly, you can't succinctly tell us.
Did I ever say that I decided to have a successful relationship? No. And Bryan, why are you Nazi booting like China, you little?
Because we don't want to hear your fucking you just
Bryan,
yelling
what the fuck,
for
man?
minutes.
This guy's cock blocking with you when you guys should be hiking and
Dude,
talking
take
about
a
the
fucking
shit.
hint. Read the room, you dumb fuck.
No. You know what's funny is here's the deal with you. This is the deal with you. I really don't even I ain't even screaming pogo or any of this stuff. It's just
You called me a cupcake
from
feminine.
men like you who want to question my. Hey, here's the deal.
How's this feminine energy? What about this is feminine?
You came on here and totally. At first, you're like, "What do you have against a relationship?" You came on here and giving Bryan advice. Not a big deal. I don't care. That's
I said, hey, I'm going to tell you something that has helped me. That's not
says,
feminine.
"Hey, this guy's giving you feminine energy," and I'm saying, "Don't be like too creep." But honestly, I was gonna ask Damsel. That shit kind of turns them on in a way. They know it. If you put Bryan O'Shea next to
you're
Damsel
approaching
and
real
you next
creepy
to
territory,
Damsel,
dude.
my money goes on Bryan O'Shea over you anytime, you beta.
Exactly, and that's great. You can do that. Take that bet. Again, I'm asking you, what gives you any fucking merit to speak? Fuck.
Let me interject here. Damsel is being a little wish-washy in her first. Then she sided with Timmy. Then she sided with
Well, I like what Timmy had to say, but I was shocked by him asking me to be slightly feminine. I'm like,
actually a little wishy-washy myself. There's a middle road though.
No,
there's a middle road between like. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't pick up that. If there was femininity there, I would notice it. But since you're asking, I'm like, no, I hadn't even thought of it. So probably not.
Well,
Nah,
he's got a
first you're like,
fucked up view.
kind of made it seem
He's
like you
got a
agree a little bit.
He's got something with women. I know. I've
right.
picked
He's
up
got
on
a fucked
that.
up relationship with women.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I picked up on that. So
He's part of the MGTOW crew.
Ooh, oh, what's that food?
Right. Yeah.
what is
Men
what is
going their own
MGTOW?
way.
Oh,
Men
okay.
guarding their own wallets. Yeah, the optics are high.
Right.
No, you know what? All I'm saying, and I'm not
He's
I don't hate
guarding their
women.
own
I don't
wallets.
dislike women. You're right. The relationships are not even okay because it's so fantasy land nowadays. My whole thing is there is a beta male agenda going around and other agendas in play, and that's all I'm saying. And again, I'm not like screaming pogo or going crazy, froze. I'm just fucking really, but like honestly, I
I
honestly
knew he
think
was
these
fucking with
women,
you.
and I'm gonna say not all, but they get attracted more to the dicks than they do the fucking beta cocks. That's all I'm saying.
Again, what merit do you have of deploying this fucking information, Jack Talcott Jr.?
Hold up. Let me interject here. I understand. I see what's going on. Like, I see Snafu. You're kind of just on one end of the spectrum where you're like that the game dating it. Like you're about the numbers and the hot chicks and the pictures of girls that you banged. You know what I mean?
Right,
But like,
which is boy shit.
right. So
Not
that's one
just
end
on
of the
your back.
spectrum. And then you got Timmy could possibly be on another end of the spectrum. That's maybe because he's the monogamy game,
Dude,
this and that. I think.
Jeffrey is like the perfect example of thinking that it's gonna work. He's in love and it's real and it's a honesty and this that. Jeffrey is a perfect example, and Annie, of why men are getting women from other countries because their values are different, or why men have decided to just, as Rob said, go their own way. And it's not even like we hate women or don't like it. It's just we just say fuck it, dude. Like fuck it, real red grind real. Fuck it. But I don't know. It's not like we hate them. I'm just saying, like, life is easier when you know you ain't gonna fucking get caught up like fucking Jeffrey, and then fucking down the road you're like, fuck, they were right.
But brother Snafu, isn't this sort of right along with another New World Order narrative of don't have any kids?
Yeah, Snafu. It seems like you're taking.
You're right. But it's population control. No, you're absolutely right. And that's what I'm saying. That's why you see people going to other countries getting women, because the ethnics and the morals and the belief system and the value systems are different. That's why these countries are at war. They don't want the ethics and the morals of so-called freedom to tarnish their countries, such as the women respecting their men. That's why the modern, and I'm not saying not all, but you're right. It is part of the agenda in play, absolutely. But as a man, like, why would I want to deal with the drama of maybe like the Russian roulette of when I've been there, done that multiple times. Yes, I've had successful.
He's gonna be so good.
You just heard me saying Snafu, right?
Yes.
All right.
I've met
So
his kind of people on Discord, so I've know a couple people that are doing that, and that's
jumping in right there, damsel.
They get wound up in it. Go round and round.
I don't really blame them.
Yeah. Each to their own. I mean, there's still good women out there.
But damsel, don't do that. Like try to.
Now here's what I was
do whatever you want. Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
Well, it's just that I've argued with them on Discord, and you can't get anywhere with them.
What didn't you guys get? What you guys didn't you see when I was trying to interrupt Snafu and I booted him? So clearly I wanted to say something.
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Great stuff,
go ahead,
Brian.
man. Go ahead. What the fuck are you talking about? Obviously, I'm going to go ahead and go. Fuck didn't you see? So anyways, I fucking lost my thought now.
Great stuff, Brian.
Fucking people, man. You people.
Oh, sorry.
Yo, don't let people fucking throw you off. Keep the thought, dude.
Fuck it. Go ahead. I'll get it back, maybe.
It'll come back.
I was saying to damsel, don't do that thing where like you got to get rid of these fucking titles. You're like, oh, I've seen people like Snafu, and then you put them in a fucking group. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, and I don't like doing that.
That's dog shit. Yeah, because you don't want people to do that to you and like marginalize you, right? So because I'll say, oh, all veterans are dumb fucks, right? And I would say 99% of them are. You're in the 1% that I don't think they're dumb fucks. So you know. So, but I got to be careful with that, right? So, it's
Yeah.
not like, oh, you throw them in the MGTOW group. That's fine. I mean, but it's more nuanced than that, right? And the thing is, let's get away from, oh, what is the system's narratives doing? Da, da, da. It's like, okay, well, how can we fix the fucking relationships between men and women? How about that? Right? Because you can
Yeah,
just go,
instead of
oh,
running.
MGTOW, fuck women. I'm just gonna hide, keep my
Yeah.
money, like just fuck bitches and like just have a rotation. Fuck it, fuck it. Okay, well, that's another layer of the new world order narrative where nobody's having kids. The fucking birth rates in Japan and Korea have like absolutely plummeted. The birth rate is like less than 1 now, so they're under the replacement rate. They're gonna be fucked soon. So I think that's coming to the West too, if it's not already here. But I mean, we got to figure this out. We don't have to do nothing. I figured it out, and I recommend other folks figure it out, unless y'all want, not too many beings left that have a spirit anymore. So
Yeah, they don't want us to obey the first
I mean, we're sort of
order.
already at that point.
Yeah.
well, we can still turn the ship around, Rob.
Yeah, just have
there
lots of
is,
kids,
but
Timmy. Get busy, Timmy. Have more kids.
I am.
Hurry up.
I got a
Get
baby
going.
coming any day now.
I know you are. I'm very happy for you, but you're gonna have
I
a
need.
quiver full. What's the scripture say? You need a
I'd like
quiver
to have
full.
other men with me that are strong, that are also having a successful quote unquote relationships. And
Yeah.
motherfuckers don't even know what the word relationship even means. Re means to do again. So what is a relationship? We know what a ship is. What is lations? Lations is the cosmic relations to you, right? The lations to me is a celestial movements. So a relationship.
Whoa! You took them all away.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
It's me and you now.
For a minute.
For a
No,
minute.
it's all good. For a minute. You can't let them down there too long. You'll make them crazy. What? Now you're gonna put me on there by myself? So should I talk about it? That there are good women still out here, but they're far and few between. I agree. We've messed things up badly. Snafu is not
I have all
wrong.
respect for what I've seen out of you so far. Like, I'm not a woman hater. I'm trying to tell people that
I agree.
it's
I don't
like
see that.
women. It's an agenda in play. Oh God, here's fucking goblin lord person fucking to no relationships. Good God, why would you do this, you Nazi blocker O'Shea? Now he's gonna block me because I got a fucking trip out on.
It's gonna
Okay.
be alright, everyone.
It will be all right. It's just gonna rotate y'all. Yeah. So what are you doing tonight? You just sitting there?
Yeah, I'm just chilling out.
Yeah. There. See, I knew it was gonna go quick.
Hey, what's
Not gonna
up?
let that happen too long. What's up?
Just chilling.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
What do I want to do? Just talk. That's all you can do on this place, anyway. Can't go for a hike on the metaverse yet.
Yeah, it's hard to hike. We could get like on a treadmill, or like a step stair. What do they call that thing? Stairmaster.
Could be
And
like
we could
what?
put like the background as a mountain with bricks and shit, and we'll get on the fucking stairmaster.
Funny. Oh, who's he got up now? Timmy again. Guys are all blocked.
Where'd he go?
Where'd he go? I don't know. Where'd he Timmy? Timmy ran away.
No, I'm right here. I'm not gonna fucking talk if nobody wants to
No.
fucking hear me. I'll just shut up.
I was enjoying what you said though. I knew what you were
Nah, I
getting
mean,
at.
Brian doesn't have the balls to just fucking control the room. He has to like press the buttons to fucking mute us and shit. Like, what the fuck is that? Brian, grow some fucking balls, dude.
No.
Yeah, we were actually talking.
Get your quiver
Brian, are you
full.
high? What is this? You're on. You can't continue. You're sleeping. What's going on?
Are
I
you
could continue.
okay, Bryan? O'Shea.
It's just not ideal. But no, I'm just fucking around a little bit, testing the borders, testing this out.
Hey, you're doing great, bro.
I appreciate it, Snaps. But I was thinking about winding down. If people did want to,
That
like,
wasn't
we're
Snaps,
coming up on
man.
2
That
hours.
was me.
It's always Snap. Fuck you, Goblin.
All right, I'll get the fuck out of
Fuck
here.
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
It was
You're
me,
welcome, Bryan
though.
O'Shea. What?
Oh,
What'd you say?
you
Yeah,
motherfucker.
man.
Are you sure?
I hear you, bro.
Are you sure?
Oh,
You fucktard, Goblin.
Well, if you guys want to I'm gonna start winding down. If you guys want to give some final words and shit, we're coming up on
Okay.
2 hours anyway.
I'm getting
Yeah,
out
I
of
gotta
here.
get to
Y'all
bed. I
have
gotta
a
get
good night.
all right. Bye, Goblin.
The saga continues, you guys. I'll be watching.
Okay, snafu. Woman hater.
They want to give us as much time together as possible.
So how long are you going to stay with your family there? Are you making plans already?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was thinking about they got some work to do tomorrow. I'm gonna help them out with, but I think it's. I don't know. I could if I want to dip. I could after that. You know what I mean?
Where are you going to go?
I was thinking of going to Arizona.
You going to track down Paul?
No, well, I mean, I know he's out there, but like, I wouldn't. You know, I'm not trying to get on his property just yet. I want to try to get my own shit going. You know, kind of. But if that ends up being an opportunity or something, you know what I mean? I obviously be interested
Yeah,
in it.
if he wants to meet with you or whatever. Yeah, understandable.
Yeah. But it seems like a decent state with what I'm trying to do, anyways.
Just to get ready for the heat in the summer. It's hot.
Yeah, I used to live out there.
It's going to be hard in the car
Yeah,
for the heat anyway.
yeah, I'd probably have to get indoors quicker. You can't really do outdoors there in the summer. You can't
I
really do
wouldn't
a
want
kayak thing
to.
like that.
No, even here in northern
Yeah.
Texas, it's absolutely incredibly hot, and no, it's not livable.
Yeah, hiking in the summer like that's pretty intense. They got this one Camelback, which isn't too crazy, but man, I went on some stuff in Vegas, which is similar temperatures in the summer. And I kind of like was overconfident a little bit because I was hiking in Arizona in the summer, and I don't know, man, you just gotta be careful when you're in those mountains in the desert in the summer. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
You don't have
I
enough
do.
water and
Well,
shit.
yeah, that was part of my job, was taking care of troops in different environments. So I had to always make sure our troops drank enough or got enough salt or whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, fuck.
You working
You know,
tomorrow? You said you were
I gotta
helping
do
the
some
family
work
out.
here. Yeah, helping the family out. They got yeah, some work to do around the property. Having some people come out, like building a new deck type thing. You gotta do some digging and shit. But man, I'm fucking tired. So what?
Yeah.
You were just you were at your shit for most.
Oh,
That was a long stream, huh? Long day.
long day, but I was working on stuff here while I was listening. So yeah.
Yeah.
Just taking care of
That's
business.
cool. All them dogs. That's a hell of a business.
Well, it keeps me busy all day. You have to take them in and out twice a day out of their kennels and do work with them. So, yeah. They're a
So you're
handful.
training them, yeah?
What's that?
Are you training them? Is that the work you do in training them?
I'm not as much of the trainer. I help with that, but I'm more the vet tech and caregiver. Take care of them morning and night, clean out everything, and then keep care of their health. So I'm not doing people medicine anymore because I was allopathic med, and I don't want to go back and have to deal with pharmacological stuff and fake medicine. So I changed my life, and I'm doing the dogs now. So for a security company that we're trying to start. I have another veteran friend that's here, and he and his wife are trying to get this off the ground, so I'm here to help. That's what I'm doing.
Right. Well, we made it we're 1 minute away from 2 hours. So
Perfect. Got your 2 hours in.
yeah, 2 hours.
You gonna do a morning stream every morning, or are you just that kind of a random thing that you're doing again?
Yeah, well, tomorrow I gotta be up early. Those people get here, so we'll see if I pull it off. But I do like that. I have my little moments where I do it, and I seem to get a lot out of it. Like I don't know, at least for the mirror of it, anyways, just be able to talk and then see it to get a little, a little reflection on how I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because sometimes if you're just always in your thoughts, especially if you're isolated a little bit, like you're kind of isolated out there a little bit. You're in the rural area.
A little bit, yeah. But like I said, my business partner's here off and on. So, but
Yeah.
I spent a lot of years being pretty isolated, being as sick as I was. So I know about isolation.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother me. I like being alone too. It's just fine. I do good.
Right.
But,
yeah, I'm the same way. But then when I introduce myself back to the world, I gotta take baby steps. Who's this person
read
out of the world?
World of O'Shea. Who's that?
That's a hell of a look at that introspective picture right there.
It is. It's pretty good. Somebody captured it.
Like,
kind of a stargazing look.
You guys are relentless, man. I can't get away with nothing. Who do you think that is?
I'm not sure.
You had a guess. I'm thinking Timmy.
Snafu, probably. Might be Snafu trying to help you out.
Oh yeah, he spells it. He doesn't spell it like that. Y at the end.
Yeah.
He's putting some music for us to get jiggy
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, it's probably Snafu.
Isn't that weird? You got two people giving me opposite advice, and I'm so susceptible to advice. At first, I'm like, yeah, Timmy, damn, I really. And Snafu comes in, and I'm like, damn. And now he's got me doubting Timmy's advice. That's how I am. I get tugged in all different directions.
I still lean a little more towards Timmy's advice, really, because of that confidence thing.
No, yeah, I know.
But it's not in all parts of your life. At least I don't see it on the show anyway. I haven't seen it be in everything that you do. It's only in certain parts. So.
Man, that's interesting. See, you point that out. I'm like embarrassed that like I don't see it that clearly, but I guess it's an obvious pattern.
It's not easy to see your own stuff. It does help to have some outside people looking in that you trust, at least tell you the truth. So,
yeah.
But Paul's good for you. I have no idea what that is. What is he even playing? Some kind of rap?
Yeah, they don't like this interest. They don't like this back and forth when we actually get somewhere. They just want to see us like do the you know what I'm saying? The beast. The bass. But anyways.
Nah, it's been good.
You were saying you just had a poignant point though. What were we saying before I booted him?
I was just saying that it's good to have people that you can trust on the outside looking in, if you trust them, to give you a little bit of hints of what they see. Doesn't mean it's right, but that's just what I kind of see in you. So it's it's not everything that you're unconfident in. There's things that you are confident in. So it's just in meeting women, it's been kind of the same thing. I've watched you do the same thing to every woman that comes up on the panel. So
yeah, that's why Paul. That's why part of Paul does it, just to fucking make the point. That's what he does. I think he just lets people keep doing something until they see it.
Yeah. That's the way it works.
Huh?
That's the way it works. Unless you take sometimes a 2x4 to the head to sometimes figure something out that should have probably taken.
The women, I just keep doing the same thing.
For him, it might be a gun to the head before he comes to any kind of truth about himself. So I don't know, that man, hard-headed.
Yeah.
But no, you got to have people you trust, and Paul's one that you can trust, and Timmy, and sometimes Snafu. So, but yeah, you got a good group there, at least to point out the things you need without trying. They have no ill intentions. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm excited the way things are moving. So this is usually how it works in comedy. Like you'll have a good set, and then your next set. Like for me, like I don't know. I'm just being hard on myself for tonight's stream, but it's all good. It's just it is what it is. I think we ended it cool. I'm back to center in terms of my mind. I let myself get a little rattled there for a second for some reason, but I'm just figuring it out because for some reason I got to figure out the panel thing. That's when I start getting problems. Obviously, if I'm up there myself, I have all the control of it. But like when I have people up, I'm trying to figure out my style or how I want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll definitely do it your own way. Don't be like anybody else.
Yeah,
don't try to be like Paul.
They're just feeling they think it should be one way. They don't understand that. You know what I mean? It might not be how you're expecting it to be just because you've been on other panels and it's been like that or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, make it more interesting that way. A little something different, even just the way you handle it. But definitely don't do it like Ian, please. Oh, that man.
All right,
I have hopes for him. He'll do good too. I think he's going to do well eventually. Get some things settled out.
Yeah, that's what's cool. The ebbs and flows and the evolution of us, and yeah. I think it's gonna be an interesting next couple of years.
For the next couple of months, man, it's going to be interesting every couple of months. It's not going to stop.
Every week, something.
Yep.
It's ramping up. All right, damsel. It's been lovely. It's been wonderful.
Just cool and chilling, hanging out. That was good. Thanks. Appreciate it. It was nice to have something to come do after all that craziness with Talcott for hours. Still kind of hard to grasp how bad it is. Crazy.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I missed a lot of it, I think.
Yeah. Well, put it on high speed for some of it, but yeah, it was definitely interesting. I think you'd enjoy it. You get a lot out of it. There was a lot of clippable moments throughout the whole program. So, yeah, good comedy stuff. You might have to look at it.
So it was on Yurt's channel and Talcott.
Well, it started on Paul. Yeah, it started on Paul's though, and like I said, they gave Talcott full control of the panel. Paul did, and Paul acted as his wingman and was like Ian. So Paul was playing Ian, and Talcott's being Talcott, and was given full control of the panel, just like Ian's panel the night before. So it was nuts. And then people started coming up and apologizing because Talcott sort of apologized, to Paul, and then because he had seemed to be desperate to get back on Paul's channel, because Paul had said he was going to ban him. And so he apologized, and they made nice, and so Paul put him in charge of the panel after being on Talcott's in the morning for a little bit. And it went from there. It was just like, oh my.
And everyone came up.
The Hitler reference that they keep making came out in strong force, and Paul helped him with that. Everybody gave him what he wanted. They gave him everything he wanted. They worshipped him. They told him how cool he was. They all apologized for anything they may have offended him for. So all these people from the chat and everybody on the panel was coming up, other than Wizard and Rob Cleveland. And I can't think of anybody else who went against it and kept their same persona, I guess you could say, instead of coming up and giving the bit. It was literally easy to tell again that Talcott did not catch on, that it was sarcastic. He totally was oblivious again. So it was crazy to watch. So go watch it. You'll see.
All right, I'm gonna get out of here.
All right. But yeah, check it out. You'll have a good time with it.
Yeah,
And maybe we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know what my schedule is, but I'll try to be on it at some point. So.
All right.
See you in the chat.
I'll see you later.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, I appreciate everyone that came up. I don't want to seem ungrateful. I got a little awkward there, but we'll figure it out. All the streams can't be winners, but yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, guys. I'm fucking tired. Long day. We'll figure some shit out. All right, it's late. My family's gonna kill me. Keep them up. I'll talk to you guys later. I love you. I'll see you later. Salute. What the fuck's this? All right, later.